rules for it. It's very simple, and that's what I loved about it. Is we are not a zone team, we're a gap scheme team, but this is kind of the one kind of zone or thing we do for the old linemen. And so our linemen are going to show run basically outside zone or zone to the hitch side, which is usually the short side, not always, but most of the time. And those linemen are basically going to zone step, and we're going to leave the end man to the line decided we're rolling out. We're going to leave him free. And so basically, it's a great blitz pickup when people are bringing a lot of people. It's a great scheme. Also, just something different from us. We want them to show low hat, but we want them to zone the same way. The big thing is make sure they're picking up their gap to the short side of the field. Zone step away, gap protection. They know, hey, it's like I said, it's the one thing. We're not a big zone team, but man, we're gonna gap protect away to the short side. Leave the end man go. Understand where the quarterback is booting. Usually again to the wide side. The running back and fullback or tight end are usually also involved in this, which we'll show here in a second. So we are going to run hitch naked to the left. All the linemen, and you can pause this, coach, they are all going to step zone to the right side, okay? Our single side receiver is going to hitch, run a hitch route. We'll do some other things in the past. We've ran goes, we've ran slant. I would say 90% of the time we were going to run a hitch. Now, in the perfect world with the ball in the hash, this is the ball in the middle of the field, which is rare. He should be about 3 or 4 yards from the sideline. So most of the time we want to get him wider and get him close to the sideline. And the quarterback most of the time knows pre-snap before he calls hike if he is throwing that hitch or not. And usually first, second down, or third and medium or less, he can take that hitch. If it's third and long, we even tell him even if the hitch is open, obviously he's going to take it. Otherwise, we are going and we are doing a rollout concept or a boot concept going back to the left. So we'll just go ahead and show you here a little bit. The running back has the end man on the line. Okay? Pump. You go to the next one. So you can see here they're going to all zone step there. They're going to step and protect their gaps to their right side. Quarterback pumps. Now, what we want to teach you, can pause it, coach. We're going to teach that big pump. We want those guys back here to see it, and we want them to move. All right? We don't roll out much anymore. This is kind of the concept we do for our rollout. Instead of just roll out immediately, you cut half the field off, if not more. And we do this concept most of the time, going back to the wide side of the field and more. And we, like I said, we don't even roll out anymore. Next one. The running back and fullbacks rule. So we have the linemen down. We showed now the running back and fullbacks. They are going to be responsible for the end man line. So in 10 personnel, it is just the running back most of the time. If we go fullback, running back, we can go from there. And one of them takes the end man line. The next guy can take a guy scraping off the edge, or second, 2 people off the edge. We're kind of protected now. We want them to let the defender. So that running back's going to stay in there. He's going to let them step, and then he's going to attack. So we tell them that's why it's so important that the quarterback pumps the ball or shows. And now a lot of people are just dropping back, maybe a 3-step and then going. But we want that DN to come downhill. We want him to follow his pullers. If he's reading the lineman, he's getting zoned away. He's stepping down anyways. And then he feels that quarterback go outside, and that running back now has the edge and has that edge player. Most of the time it's the DN. Sometimes it can be if 2 people come off the edge, he takes the most outside guy. But most of the time, it's the DN. We don't want the defender to cross your face. Once he's committed, we want to turn, pin him, make sure, because he knows that quarterback's going to end up outside. That last play, we kind of set up and through, but 95% of the time, he's going to boot outside of that DN. The running back and fullback obviously have to know where the quarterback's booting. Like I said, he's going to be outside the pocket, just like any rollout or a play-action boot. When we put a fullback in, king or queen, or we put him in that H-back position or a tight end, he then has the C-gap first, or the DN, and the tailback is then the scraper guy. A lot of times when we roll out teams, they'll send a linebacker or send somebody off the edge. And now, especially in 3rd and long situations or 2nd and long, those guys, we are now protected, kind of a max protection, 7-man protection instead of 6-man. Fullback will take first, running back. And sometimes we'll release one of them, keep one in, but we do it with both of them now in the game. So the guys here, man, the hitch is to the right side, and again, we're in the middle of the field. So the hitch will be coming from the right. So the whole lineman will be stepping right. DN he does a good job there stepping. "12-yard out route." Again, stuff that we haven't been able to do with rollout that now I think because of the pump, man, the quarterback step is he's going 1-2, he's pumping, and then he is going. It now gives you time to be able to get to that 16-yard comeback or that 12-yard speed out by that number 2 receiver. Stuff that we struggled with rollouts, we could always do in this concept. Good, next one. So the hitch, short side, he does a good job. He's about 2 yards from the sidelines. Again, we're just running that 15-yard comeback, which I hated going on a regular rollout and doing that, but now out of this concept, you can get that. And so this is a great 3rd and long play, or any play really. Running back does a good job here. Linemen are stepping weak side to the left side. And there we have 2 backs. So the fullback takes the DN, takes the first day, and running back has any scraper that's coming off the edge. Or here, yeah, that's fine. You can see the linemen, they're going to step to the short side. Fullback takes the first thing on the edge, and then the running back has anything that scrapes off the edge. Quarterback rules. Again, he is going to look, if the hitch is available, he's going to take it. And a lot of times he knows pre-snap. Why I want him to be close to the sidelines is so that anything pre-snap, if you get too tight to the line, then a back or DN can drop. Or if you're closer to the sidelines, you're 3 yards from the sidelines, pre-snap. Doesn't mean he's going to throw. As he goes 1-2, he's looking. 1-2, boom, he's got to decide. Am I hitting or throwing? If not, I'm playing, I'm pumping, and I'm booting right. Again, like I said, some people are baby 3-step, looking and then going. But that hitch is available. And a lot of times he knows pre-step. Again, it's a 2-step drop or a turn and throw in the shotgun. He's going left, right, to side. And as he transfers his weight to pump, again, it's not a bad pump. It's not a pump you teach on like a hitch and go. We want to show the defense the ball. We want to think, and we want to get him to move, pump, and then we're going to transfer our weight to our foot, our plant foot, and then we're going to roll out just like any rollout rules. Okay? And again, he's getting depth after he pumps. Boom, he's getting depth about 7-8 yards, just like a rollout. If you were basic rollout, it's just developing slower and longer. Now our routes can be, we can take shots. We can get to that 15, 16-yard comeback. We can do things that we just really struggle with in rollout. We can do in this concept. 2x2 or 3x1, it doesn't matter. We like both, and obviously we have a lot of different concepts. I'm not going to hit a ton of the concepts. 3x1 usually ends up in a flood concept, right? You got a flat, you got a middle, and you got a deep, all right? 2x2, it ends up in the same thing. It's just usually the guy, the slot receiver to the short side is dragging or doing a version of that to get into a flood concept. We bunch out of this a lot. We do a lot of different formations out of tight formations to get to this. And spacing and time is everything. The comeback route is not always universal, right? So some kids that, man, they're more 4.5, 4.6, 4.7 speed. We got a lot of receivers that are 5 flat, 5.1. Some of them might get to 15, 14 yards. Some of them might get to 17, 18. So in this concept, we give them flexibility, and that's on a bunch of different routes, for them to be able to, hey, how fast you are, how deep you get on certain routes, the out routes, maybe you can get a little bit deeper depending on who the quarterback is and how fast you are per se.